I got Jamel Herring on real quick. We wanted to
Oh,
get a few words in him. We'll get right back to you.
do your thing.
All right.
All right.
Jamel, how you doing, brother?
My bad, bro. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting on a message like, yo, why you hit me back?
Nah, I
I'm
had
good
sent
though,
the
bro.
link. I had sent the link. Nah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
no
yeah. I
worries,
just
no
peeped
worries,
it.
man. We rocking out here, so it was good that you jumped on when you did. What happened was that your fighter came up on our earlier show. I don't know if you got to
I
catch
heard.
that already.
Mykell.
Yeah, so you caught that. Great.
Yeah.
We just wanted to keep pushing the issue to see, is it too soon? Is it something you would consider or no? Because obviously, I had Gary Jonas, the owner of Probox.
Yeah.
He had a long-term deal with Robert Merryweather. For whatever reason, that ended. They say Merryweather wasn't the style they're looking for on Probox. Me and my audience disagree. We thought that, Merryweather performed well in both of his fights, and we were insisting he gets another opportunity. And it looks like, Gary is willing to do that. So the audience asked Gary, would he do your fighter versus
Right.
Robert Merryweather? And he said, absolutely. Obviously, he also said that he's not into putting two prospects in together so early, that he would prefer to send Merryweather some other opponents. But if Merryweather were to accept that fight, he would be willing to make it. So I just wanted to get your thoughts. And I
Oh
hope
no,
you're
I mean,
okay,
no,
you are there.
I'm still there, bro. I'm still here. Hold on.
Nah, no
But
worries.
but nah, for me, it's whatever. Like, cause you gotta look. I look at the landscape. Let me get back on. I look at the landscape. As you can see now, there's not too many. Like a lot of the young prospects. If you look at it, some of these guys fighting for world titles at like 10, 11, 12 fights now. You know what I mean? And like if you look at even what Turkey's doing with a lot of these fights, a lot I in my opinion I call a lot of these fights 50-50 fights even at early stages. Instead of the old way of how we used to like watch fights build up to microwave them, like we would say, whatever. But it's what, like, for me, is what Mykell wants to do. I spoke with Mykell today. He got a fight coming up, of course, with Pro Box. So I always keep up on him to make sure he's doing what he got to do to stay sharp. And I always tell him, I said, listen, bro, you gotta every fight, in my opinion, is gonna get harder. If you make it hard on yourself, if you don't do what you got to do. But I feel like today's boxing landscape, they ain't giving a lot of prospects too many gimmies to they 20-0 anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like I always try to tell them, be aware. You might get a call one day, and it might be a simple fight, but that fight can also land you to, maybe a title eliminator or straight to a title. So with me, if that's what they want to do, and like I said, I always speak to my fighter first, and he wants to do that. And for the most part, Mykell, he wants to fight everybody. So if that's what they offer on the table, if it makes sense, then why not?
What's your thoughts just on Probox and his stance, specifically the owner Gary Jonas's, reasoning was they're looking for a certain style. So the way I'm hoping that you answer is this from your firsthand dealings with them. Because
Right.
again, they made it clear they're looking for a certain style. They don't even really dabble in the heavyweight division because you can't guarantee exciting heavyweight fights. It's supposed to be a guarantee there's a knockout, but a lot of heavyweight fights end up sloppy, so they don't even deal with that much. They don't deal with
Right.
women. They only did one women's fight, one or two heavyweight fights.
Yeah, I try to get women's over there too. I try to get them to do women's boxing too, man. They was like, we're just not into it right now.
Yeah, so they have their thing. They're like, this is what works for us. We're not hurting anyone's feelings. This is just what we're looking for. And Merryweather didn't fit that model. So I wanted to, as a manager, have you had to deal with that from other, promoters or networks? And have you dealt with that, specifically from them where they're like, look, we're going to give your guy a shot, but we're expecting a fireworks out of him. If not, because he
Oh,
specifically said Merryweather should have dominated, and because he didn't dominate, they
right.
parted ways. I'm like, bro, he won every round to me, but I guess dominate in his mind, dominate meant knock him out.
No, I mean, I know the format because, like I said again, we've gotten calls about certain dudes that I guess didn't live up to criteria or whatever that they wanted to match up with because they were, like I said, bro, boxing is a tough game, man, business wise especially. So like, we've gotten calls where they want if a certain fighter doesn't live up to, what I'm saying, their standards, they either want them to be put in a tough fight afterwards, or like you said, they just get rid of them altogether. So, yeah, I'm real familiar with the with how things are going, especially with Probox. But like I mentioned earlier, I even try to get them to, take on women fighters, and it's just something that they're not into right now, at least. So. But for that fight, if it makes sense and if it gets Mykell to where he needs to be at, then for me, it's I'm all for it.
And since I have you, I know that you got your manager hat on. I know you helped Jermaine Ortiz in the past. I've been talking to him. We just had some scheduling conflicts. Anything going on with him? Because, he's no longer with Top Rank.
Right.
We heard all the rumors that maybe he was going to get a Matias fight. He shows up at the Matias fight. They don't sign him. And then mum's been the word. There's been zero traction on the poor man's name. And it's like,
Man, Jermaine, you gotta call me. Like I've been like Jermaine is like he doing this thing, whatever, he doing his own thing. But like I've actually like what fight was it? What was y'all guys gonna know what I'm talking about, man. William Cepeda's last fight. William Cepeda's last fight in Vegas. Because then
Giovanni,
Giovanni.
yeah,
Giovanni
his last
Cabrera,
when he had
the
fought my
Southpaw,
man.
Southpaw from
Yeah,
Chicago.
no, William Cepeda, the ones about the trying to fight Shakur.
Yeah. You saying when he fought Zepeda last? I mean, he fought Giovanni
Oh damn, nah, well
Cabrera.
not that fight. No, I'm sorry, not that fight. Then the fight before in Vegas, my man from the UK, was it Maxie?
Maxie
Maxie
Hughes.
Hughes. Maxie
Yeah,
Hughes.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, around that time, I ran to my man Eric from Golden Boy, and I was basically breaking it down to him about Jermaine's situation. And we actually had a call, like, that what was that, a Friday, Saturday night fight, whatever we had a call scheduled for that following week. And I was trying to connect with Jermaine on it, like, listen, bro, like, hey, I got their ear over here at Golden Boy. I know where the situation between you and Top Rank, but there's still things we can do over here with Golden Boy, and especially right now you see them they're loading up their 140 division at Golden Boy, but like we just never got back. We just never heard from Jermaine after that, and you know what I mean. So I had to basically cancel the meeting with Eric because it was basically a phone call because Eric, Eric's cool. I mean, Eric he's been around him since I turned pro. So and I put on both Golden Boy cards. You know me, I never burn any bridges, but like I try to make something happen, but I just didn't hear back from Jermaine. So it's one of those things where like you know, they'll make good. There's good fights for him to make. It's just that like he got upset at the table when the opportunity comes knocking. So that's what really happened with that situation. I know. Also, my man Kevin Rooney at Matchroom also spoke about potentially sitting down with doing something with Jermaine, but we just didn't hear back from him at that time. And I you know what I'm saying. So I figured he either found something on him by himself or he was just taking a break. But I haven't heard from Jermaine since then. But for me, it's all love with Jermaine. I still want to see him do good things. But again, it's like when the calls come, you gotta be prepared.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
But since you brought up Golden Boy, do you think that would have been a good fit? And how do you think that's going to work out for Kenny Sims that
I think
just signed to Golden Boy and has been needing the big box
yeah.
promoter in his career for a while now?
It's crazy because me and Kenny spoke around that same time when that was going down. Because I was over there training at DLX, and me and Kenny was sparring and stuff together, and we was talking about what he was doing, and he told me that he was speaking with Golden Boy, and that was coming up. Then I started seeing that Golden Boy was also loading up guys from all over at 140. Arnold Barbosa. They just got my man Jose Ramirez. So I think, in my opinion, it would have been a great fit for him. You know what I mean? Just to go over there and make good fights with a lot of potential from guys over there. He'd have made a lot of great fights. He still can make a lot of great fights with a lot of guys over there.
Jamel, let me ask you, Were you representing yourself when you fought Shakur?
Nah. Shout out to my man JC, and at that time I was still with damn fuck I was with I had to basically deal with MTK. That was my last time dealing with MTK. Before that thing had because I had to deal with MTK to get the Frampton fight, and y'all
Yeah.
remember after the Frampton fight I had to so I had to fought Shakur for the man. He was my mandatory, so I dealt with MTK for those two fights. But after the Shakur fight, we just severed ties from there.
Again, since you're in the managerial world now, to the best of your knowledge, Antonio Leonard is part of James Prince Management Company, correct?
I don't even. Yeah, I didn't. That was news to me. I just Antonio Leonard. I just my Leonard, my man Leonard. Nah, I know, Antonio, Antonio definitely, my man Antonio.
Yeah. All right. No, just because we were discussing an earlier interview that he did with who is it, Tone? Willie D?
Yeah, Willie D from Houston,
Yeah.
Ghetto Boys.
Where he had said that the fight with Shakur and Tank will happen, but probably in 2 years because the money. He went down the Mayweather Pacquiao thing. I just think these managers. I don't know. Obviously, you are a former fighter, and maybe you're not as tainted from a manager standpoint because you don't have those years that in the game that they have. But why do everybody think like everyone can be Mayweather Pacquiao?
I don't know, man. I don't. I don't know. And that's like it's crazy. I was just talking about that today with my partner in LA about a certain situation like that too. But I don't know. Like I said again, for me, I feel like the landscape is changing where the managers, the promoters, whatever, are basically pushing the managers to make these type of fights. Because I think what they were saying, like Turkey, for instance, was basically the last fight with Virgil Ortiz, and they were trying to, sway to go this way, and it was like, nah, it's gonna be Crawford and yada yada yada. So like, I think it's just a new era of boxing now, where now they putting the pressure on these managers. Like, listen, if you're looking to get the money that you want, these are the fights that we want to see you win. So that's why you probably see. But I think you're going to see. I've seen a lot of things change if, especially if you look at a lot of these promoters that we came up like watching, like from Top Rank to Golden Boy or whatever, they all really under one becoming under one umbrella to make the big fights to get the most money. So I think that's going to have to change. That's why you see a lot though, also with Canelo holding his stance in terms of not working with the guys over there in Saudi Arabia and things of the nature. But I think like it's gonna have to change where the fans are gonna eventually win and start getting the fights they want, and not not when they're not worth anything down the road, and because we waited too long. So I think it just has to just take time for things to change.
Jamel, speaking
What's
of
good, Tom?
Shakur, you and Shakur was friends, correct?
No, we're still cool. I was just speaking to him about a week or so ago. I was just
So
speaking to
before
Shakur.
y'all fought, you guys were friends.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to know, why do you think he fought you, but he wouldn't fight? He won't fight Keyshawn Davis, being that they Call of Duty friends.
There's no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? I just him and Keyshawn are a lot closer than him and I are, you know what I mean? They
Okay.
look at each other as brothers, so I look at it like that. So I understand, his stance. And he basically pointed out a lot during that build up because he was basically saying like, I really wasn't checking in on him like that as much as maybe like a Bud or Keyshawn would, you know what I'm saying? So I get it when we broke it all down. That's when like, after we fought, we kind of like made amends and we just started keeping in contact a lot more after that. But that's the only reason why I can really say it. You know what I mean? The reason why him and Keyshawn are not, speaking about fighting each other.
Okay. And I saw that you said you're working on a app which is for mental health for
Yeah.
veterans. Can you go ahead and explain what you're working on or you're trying to work on?
Nah, like I said, like for me, I had a lot of time. Like I know me, for me, I try to stay busy as much as possible, especially when I have a lot of downtime. So I just been thinking about everything's been going on. Especially with veterans. I know a lot of veterans that are not here today because of mental struggles and things of nature. So, and plus we also hear about a lot of veterans complain about the VA or they feel like the VA is not getting them the treatment they need. So I was basically I just got a matter of fact, I got a call today about going forward with the development of the app in terms of helping out veterans, just basically like seek help outside of the VA or like link up with other veterans to like to cope and vent and mend with each other and things of that nature. So like I'm just trying to basically build something to like to bring the community together to help out veterans from all over, and not even just veterans, just civilians out here that deal with mental issues and things of that nature as well. So I'm just trying to like at least do something good outside of boxing or whatever, just to just to keep myself busy because I always like to stay busy. Even today, saying I got a call about Mark Castro team want to fight or whatever. So I'm like so I never say no to anything, but I'm like
Want to
just
fight you?
yeah, Mark
Oh
Castro's
wow, they
team.
finally want to step up. That's crazy.
So we were just working at the weight. He says he can't make it at 130, so they want to do it at 135. I told Lou DiBella, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say yes. Just do your part as a promoter and handle your business with my team, and we'll see what happens. I think they want to do it like November, December time frame. But I know Matchroom wanted to do it probably early in the year. But I was like I said, I was already busy and tired. So I was in Vegas doing my own thing, training. But like I said, for me, I ain't never run for nobody. But if it makes sense, then whatever.
For sure, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. Well, champ, those are all the questions. We just wanted to get your thoughts on a few little subjects, but thank you for breaking that news about the
Yeah.
potential fight with yourself. And
Oh yeah, matter of fact, and Mickey Roman's people reached out to me yesterday. reached out to my team yesterday trying to fight too. I ain't know
who?
Mickey Roman. Mickey, he fought
Miguel
Berchelt and
Roman?
yeah, they trying to they
Oh
want to
wow.
fight too. So I'm like, I just tell my team just to do their job and do what they do. And yeah, I know I ain't never been picky. I don't ever be hard for negotiations as long as it just makes sense. And I got enough time to do what I got to do in the gym. It's whatever.
Word. Well, give everybody your social media, champ, for those that aren't following you.
At Jamel Herring all over Instagram, Twitter. Good to see you guys. Shout out to my man Tone. Shout out to the box, the boxing voice, man. Y'all been cool with me since day one. So I'm always
For
gonna show
sure.
love when y'all pop up. But yeah, just
Appreciate
Jamel
you.
Herring, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Manager fight.